Next, demonstrating the method of crocheting a small heart. Take out the pastel yarn from the material pack. Wrap the yarn around your left hand. Wrap from top to bottom around your little finger. Pull the yarn end to your index finger. Wrap from bottom to top around your index finger. Form a loop around the middle finger. Wrap around the middle finger from front to back. Hold the loop junction between the thumb and middle finger. Form a loop on the middle finger. Insert the crochet hook into the loop to start crocheting. Hold the hook in the right hand. Hold the hook like holding a knife. Keep the hook tip facing towards yourself. Insert into the loop. Insert the hook. Hook the yarn. Hook the yarn. Pull the yarn through the loop. After pulling through, a loop forms on the hook. Adjust the height of the loop with the hook and index finger. The loop should not be too small, as it makes threading inconvenient. If the loop is too large, the fabric will have large holes, which is not aesthetically pleasing. Control the height of the loop evenly. Try to accommodate the height of 2 crochet hooks. This makes threading easier and prevents excessively large holes. Now, crochet the foundation chain. Crochet the foundation chain and begin crocheting. Crochet the foundation chain and start the first round. For the first round, insert the hook into the center of the loop. Crochet 6 single crochets in the first round. Insert the hook into the loop for each single crochet. Demonstrate the technique of single crochet. Adjust the size of the loop. Slide the loop to the middle of the hook. Hold the loop with the right index finger. Insert into the center loop and pull the yarn through. Pull the yarn through the loop. Now, the hook has 2 loops. Keep the 2 loops at roughly the same height. Avoid having one too large and the other too small. Ensure both loops are approximately the same height. Pass the yarn through the 2 loops again. Complete 1 single crochet. After crocheting, a V-shape can be seen on the side. Each stitch creates a V-shaped stitch. Use a stitch marker to mark the first stitch. Will be used after the first stitch. Use a stitch marker. The first stitch, pass the stitch marker through the entire stitch. Mark through the V-shaped stitch. Next, crochet. Adjust the loop size and crochet the second single crochet. Insert the hook into the loop and yarn over. There are 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over through the 2 loops. The second single crochet. Complete the second single crochet. Continue crocheting the third single crochet. Insert the hook into the center loop and pull through. Pull through the 2 loops again. 3 stitches formed when viewed from the side, 3 single crochets. Continue crocheting. Tuck the yarn end and loop into the piece. the fourth single crochet. Continue inserting the hook and pulling through the fifth single crochet. Insert into the center loop again. Pull through again. The sixth stitch. A total of 6 stitches. 6 single crochets in the first round. Pull the yarn and tight after crocheting. Tighten the loop. The shape of the first round appears. Each round is connected to the first stitch. The connection is made using the slip stitch method. Join the last stitch to the first stitch. Completion of joining the last stitch to the first stitch. Demonstration of slip stitch method. Adjust the loop size. Loop positioned in the middle of the hook. Hold the loop with the right index finger. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Also the stitch marker stitch. Because the marker goes through the entire V, the hook should passes through the entire V, too. Insert the hook through the first stitch. Pull the loop through, pulling the yarn through the stitch. 2 loops on the hook. Pull the second loop out of the original loop and tighten it. Pull tight several times to tighten the loop. This is the slip stitch. Using a slip stitch to join the last stitch to the first, forming a circle. Side view showing the position of the first stitch marked with a marker. Counting from the first stitch, there are 6 stitches in the first round. First round completed. Begin crocheting the second round. Start with a chain stitch as the turning chain. Each round starts with a foundation chain. After completing a round, use a slip stitch to join the last stitch to the first stitch. Each round includes a foundation chain and a slip stitch for joining. The foundation chain and slip stitch are not counted in the total stitch count for the round. In the first round, only the 6 single crochets are counted. Do not count the foundation chain and slip stitch. Crochet the second round. Pattern for the second round, single crochet plus increase, repeat 3 times. On the base of 6 stitches from the first round, increase by adding a stitch in each stitch of the second round. Single crochet in the first stitch. Increase in the second stitch. Single crochet in the third stitch, increase in the fourth stitch. A total of 3 sets. Insert the hook and crochet the first single crochet. In the first round, insert the hook into the center loop. In the second round, insert the hook into the V-shaped stitch from the first round. The hook goes through the entire V-shaped stitch. The single crochet method involves inserting the hook directly into the stitch. Pull the yarn through the stitch. There are 2 loops on the hook. Adjust the height of the 2 loops to be even. Make sure both loops are the same height, then pull through the 2 loops again. This is the single crochet method. First single crochet of the second round's completed. Remove the stitch marker and place it on the first stitch. Mark the first stitch. Crochet a slip stitch. This will be used in the third round. First single crochet completed. Next, crochet the second stitch. Pull through the entire V-shape. Increase in the stitch. The method of increasing: crochet 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. First single crochet completed. Insert the hook into the same stitch again. Pull through the entire V-shape. Pull through. Pull through again. Crocheting 2 single crochets in the same stitch is called an increase. Single crochet in the first stitch. Crochet 2 single crochets in the second stitch. This method is repeated in 3 sets. Achieving the purpose of increasing. Continue crocheting the second set of single crochets. Then crochet the second set of increases. Third set of single crochets. Third set of increases. An increase means crocheting 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. After crocheting the second round, there are 6 stitches in the first round. After increasing in the second round, there are a total of 9 stitches in the second round. Count the stitches. When counting stitches, start from the first stitch. Which is the first stitch? It is the position marked with the stitch marker. Some may ask, why not mark the previous V-shape? Because the small V before first stitch is formed by the foundation chain. The small V before is formed by the foundation chain. The foundation chain is not counted as a stitch. The small V before is formed by the slip stitch in the previous round. Slip stitches are also not counted as stitches. Skip the slip stitch and foundation chain when counting stitches. Start counting from the first single crochet of this round. Start counting from here. A total of 9 stitches. This round is complete. Join the last stitch to the first stitch of this round. Crochet a slip stitch. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Pull the yarn through. Pull directly through the loop. Slip stitch complete. The second round completes the small heart. The small heart needs 2 small shoulders. The heart has 2 small shoulders. Crochet 2 small shoulders continuously and then join them. Crochet the bottom part of the body. Now, cut the yarn and crochet the other shoulder. Before cutting the yarn, crochet a chain stitch to secure the yarn end and prevent unraveling. After crocheting the chain stitch, you can cut the yarn. Another small shoulder needs to be crocheted. Continue wrapping the yarn around your left hand. Start by wrapping around the little finger, then around the index finger. Finally, form a loop around the middle finger. Hold it with your thumb. Insert the hook into the loop. Insert the hook into the loop and pull the yarn through. Adjust the loop to the proper height. Pull through the loop again. This is the foundation chain. Crochet 6 single crochets into the loop. Mark the first single crochet, first single crochet, second single crochet, third single crochet, fourth single crochet, fifth single crochet. Keep the small yarn end together with the loop. Sixth single crochet. Count from the side, a total of 6 single crochets. Tighten the yarn end and join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Pull the yarn through the stitch. Pull directly through the loop. Tighten the loop. First round completed. Crochet a chain stitch as the foundation chain for the second round. Crochet the first stitch of the second round at the marker position. The pattern for the second round is 1 single crochet and 1 increase, repeated 3 times. Insert the hook. Pull through. Pull through again. This is the first single crochet. Move the marker to the V-shaped stitch of the first single crochet. Continue to increase in the second stitch. The increase method is to crochet 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Continue this as one set. Crochet the remaining 2 sets of single crochets. Increase, single crochet. Increase. The pattern for the second round is complete. Join the first stitch with a slip stitch to finish this round. Since the heart needs to connect the 2 shoulders together, this involves connecting to the other shoulder. Demonstrating the connection method. Leave the marker in place for now. When crocheting the slip stitch for the second shoulder, insert the hook into the stitch. After inserting the hook, do not pull through yet. Continue to insert into the slip stitch of the other shoulder. The position of the slip stitch is also the location of the second shoulder's second round marker. Insert here. Pull the yarn through both shoulders. Pull through both stitches. After pulling through, pull through the loop. Slip stitch completed. Now the 2 shoulders are together. The 2 shoulders are connected. Now crochet the third round. Continue with the third round. First, crochet a chain stitch as the foundation chain for the third round. The pattern for the third round is to crochet a single crochet in each stitch of the second round. A total of 18 single crochets. First, crochet the first single crochet. You can crochet the first single crochet on either shoulder. It doesn't matter. Both are fine. No matter which shoulder you start from, you need to crochet a full round. Both shoulders are in the same direction. Do you see the position of the slip stitch, where it was crocheted? These two positions are the first stitches of the two shoulders. The stitch where the slip stitch is located is the first stitch of both shoulders. Very important. This stitch is very important. No matter which shoulder you start from, insert the hook at the slip stitch position for the first stitch. Insert the hook into the slip stitch and crochet a single crochet. This is the first single crochet of the third round. Be sure to mark it with a stitch marker. Otherwise, it will be difficult to find this stitch later, and mistakes can happen easily. Mark the first stitch of the third round. Continue crocheting the remaining stitches of this shoulder. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Each shoulder has 9 stitches. After crocheting the 9 stitches of this shoulder, crochet the 9 stitches of the next shoulder. Can you find the connecting point? The connecting point is the first stitch of this round, which is the first stitch of the other shoulder. Continue by inserting the hook into the connecting point of the other shoulder. Insert the hook and crochet the first stitch. Tighten the yarn to close the gap. Tighten the gap by pulling the yarn. This is the first stitch of the other shoulder. Second stitch. Third stitch. Fourth stitch. Fifth stitch. Sixth stitch. Seventh stitch. Eighth stitch. Ninth stitch. Each shoulder has 9 stitches, a total of 18 stitches. If the stitch count doesn't match, there may be a mistake. Undo to the correct position and crochet again. After crocheting 9 stitches, join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. See the first stitch, it's marked by the stitch marker. It is also the first single crochet of the third round. Insert the hook into the first stitch and pull the yarn through the first stitch. Pull through directly from the loop. Tighten the loop. Now the two shoulders are connected together. At the same time, the third round is completed. Good.